This draft class may be one of the most impactful draft classes in Howie Roseman history. And guess what? We just signed 2 more guys. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. You know, I gotta say, Howie Roseman, the last 3 drafts have absolutely killed it. They've absolutely killed it. And I said, going into this draft, I think we need at least 2 impactful players out of this draft that come in and produce right away. Guess what? We might have 4. And 2 of them, they just signed today. We're going to get into it in a second. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you for all the support you give to me. Without you, this just does not work. Now, speaking of work, I was about to go to work. I'm about to go to work. And we had a little bit of Eagles breaking news that I kind of wanted to talk about. Not just the signings, but the grand scheme of this whole draft pick. I wanted to get this out now because it's going to be a busy morning, busy afternoon, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be back. I do have another video that I was planning on putting out before we had breaking news, but I think we can wait on that. Big news for the Eagles, though. The Eagles signed Tyler Steen and Sidney Brown. Philadelphia Eagles webpage put up pictures of them signing, saying, "We signed offensive lineman Tyler Steen and safety Sidney Brown. Pound fly, Eagles fly." Now, I got to say this. When you look at the draft, the 3 days of the draft, right? We were all talking about day 1. We were all talking about day 3 and everything that happened. Trading for DeAndre Swift and trading up and getting Kylie Ringo. Wow, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked all over your grave. Fate's not with you, Holiday. I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we didn't get to finish. Play for blood, remember? I was just joking about him. I wasn't, and this time, it's legal. Sorry, it's Tombstone. One of the great movies of all time. I could literally repeat that damn movie line by line. But anyways, when they got Ringo and Swift, day 3, we were all talking about it. We were all talking about day 1. I think people slept. Not Eagle fans, but just in general. I think people really don't talk a lot about the day 2 draft. And I think the day 2 draft was very impactful. Not just because of who they got, but by the positions those players play. When you look at Tyler Steen, offensive lineman, he's coming into a position at guard where he can literally come in and be the starting right guard. Matter of fact, he may be the guy that the Eagles want at right guard, okay, and not Cam Jurgens. They may want to sit Cam Jurgens, let him play behind Kelsey 1 more year at center. They might not want to move him to right guard. Tyler Steen, learning, how to play that guard position is going to be huge for the Eagles. And with Stoutland teaching him, Stoutland can teach anybody. If you have skill, if you can play, if you can learn, Stoutland can get you where you need to be. So I look at Tyler Steen and I say, this is a guy that may be starting. If you have a guy who's starting, that's pretty impactful, okay? And I think he could start at right guard. Matter of fact, he's my favorite to win that starting job. I think they want to keep Cam Jurgens at the center position. We'll see. And then you look at Sidney Brown. Sidney Brown, a lot of people had him ranked a lot higher at the safety position. He's coming into a safety spot where I believe it's wide open. I believe we have a lot of guys, a lot of names. Maybe besides Edmonds, I don't know who you can say, yeah, they're definitely starting. I think Sidney Brown also has a legitimate chance to go ahead and start at the safety position. All right, so you could literally, day 2, we've talked so much about day 1, day 3. Day 2 might have come out with 2 players that start this year. Now, like I said, when I looked at this draft and I said, what do the Eagles need? You need 2 impact players. The Eagles probably have 4 because I expect Jalen Carter to start. I think we all know that he's going to start. That's one impactful player. He's going to make an impact right away. Then you have Nolan Smith. I don't think Nolan Smith will start, but I think Nolan Smith is going to be rotated in. I think he's going to get plenty of playing time. And I think as the year progresses, he's going to get better and better. I think he will make an impact at some point during the football season. That's 2 impactful players. Steen and Brown are going to make impacts. That's 4 impactful players. Okay, and we're just talking the first 2 days. The Eagles might have had the best draft that they've had under High Roseman. I mean, this draft has that chance to be that impactful because I see these guys just coming in and playing right away. And that's a huge, huge deal for the Philadelphia Eagles. You need those impactful players. When you lose guys like Javon Hargrave and you lose, what are you doing, Cat? You lose these guys, guess what? You got to replace them somehow. And if you can do it through the draft, then salute. Tastes so good, caffeine, when it hits your lips. Pinky up when you drink, too. It shows you have class. I gotta load up with the caffeine right now. I just gotta pump caffeine in my bloodstream because it's gonna be a busy, busy day. And I'm not gonna have time to stop. I better lose at least like 5 pounds today after all the work I've got to do. But it is what it is. But when you look at the Eagles in all seriousness, and you look at their draft, this draft is going to produce impactful players. So when I say impactful players, I'm talking about guys that are going to come in and contribute and be part of the team really right away. We've had drafts in the past where we get guys and none of them really play. Maybe your first round pick plays a lot or he doesn't really do anything. And that always hurts the Philadelphia Eagles. Over the course of the last few years, that hasn't been the case. And the other thing that we could also include in this draft pick or this whole draft is the addition of DeAndre Swift. Bringing in DeAndre Swift is another guy that I look at as an impactful player that they got through draft picks that is through this draft. So he's another impactful player. So you're talking about 5 players that I think contribute big time to this football team. 4 rookies and 1 veteran, okay? Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Sidney Brown, Tyler Steen. They're all going to be impactful. I think 3 of those guys start. I think Nolan Smith rotates in. And then you got other players on this team that might make an impact too. But I look at it and I say, Sidney Brown could easily win a starting job. That safety position is wide open. Why can't he go out and win one of those starting positions as safety? I think he can. And by all counts, he's a leader. He's a fast learner, smart kid, hard hitter. He sounds like everything that we're looking for. And he just needs to get out on the field and play. And then when you hear about Tyler Steen, from a physical standpoint, athletic standpoint, he's got it all. What he has to work on are mechanical issues and things like that. Maybe get stronger upper body. That's what they talk about in his scouting reports. But he has the athletic ability. He has the ability to do that. Now you're going to put Stoutland with him and let him learn. Yeah, this kid's going to be starting at right guard. So those are 2 starting players that we're getting on day 2 of the draft. And really, most people talk about day 1 and day 3. Day 2 is going to give us 2 starters. Day 1 is going to give us 1 starter at least, Jalen Carter. I think Carter starts. I think Carter and Fletcher Cox will start. I think Jordan Davis rotates in. And then maybe, we'll see how Jordan Davis does. Maybe at some point he replaces Fletcher Cox as the starter. But I expect Jalen Carter to start and make an impact. And Nolan Smith, they've got big plans for Nolan Smith. Of course they're going to rotate him in. This is the most impactful draft the Philadelphia Eagles have had, I think, in terms of getting immediate help or immediate impact players right away. I think the Eagles right now have 4. If you look at a lot of the other drafts, we have 1, maybe 2 guys. The last 3 drafts, right? Devontae Smith was one that year. Landon Dickerson was another one that year. Those were impactful players that played right away. And then you look at last year's draft, Jordan Davis, you're going to say, oh, Jordan Davis didn't play a lot. He played enough. He got hurt. It sucked. But the addition of A.J. Brown was really, really big. And now you look at this year with, I think, at least 4 guys that are going to play. That's a hell of a draft. And the Eagles are signing these guys. They're getting them done. There's still some guys left to sign, but Jalen Carter signed. Tyler Steen is signed. Sidney Brown is signed. I assume Nolan Smith will fall soon himself, and he will sign, which is exactly what we need. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they have done an outstanding job this draft. And this is why this team is the best team in the NFC. You're talking about rookie draft class that's going to have possibly 4 impact players. You got to look at all the moves that Howie Roseman has made. And now we're sitting here, with 14 million in cap space left. And you have 4 roster positions open. What are you doing, you crazy cat? With the ability to actually, what are you doing? To actually go out, oh my God, this crazy cat. Sorry, this cat's distracted me. But, you have 4 roster spots open, and you have the ability to go out and make some moves. And I know how Roseman's going to make them. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about one of the guys I think could be a target that's going under the radar later in the next video. What do you got? Give me that. Give me it. This cat just brought me this thing. He wants to play with it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jump. Jump. Come on. You see this crazy cat? He likes this thing. It's nuts. Anyways, I'll have another video that we'll talk about impactful player. But what a draft for the Philadelphia Eagles. What a way to go. Absolutely 1,000% love this draft pick. And that's why I had to do a Howie Roseman apology video. There's no question about it. Because at the end of the day, it's Howie Vision. And we're all just living in it. Peace. This is Maximus. This is my boy right here. He wants to play at this thing. He can play at this thing 4 hours. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. He'll jump. He jumped over the TV the other day. Uh-oh, I got another cat coming. Oh, this cat's here too. Oh, Meepies. Meepies is coming. Oh, yeah. This is what they love. Play at this. They're happy all day. Uh-oh, dog just came out of the window out across the street. They're going to go look at it. And they'll Washington out.